case you haven't noticed, we're in a recession, a pretty bad one. States are going broke, people are unemployed, making them more dependent upon social services. When demand for those social services goes up, the price tag for providing them does as well. What you want to do is borrow money to pay for these increased costs to prevent the economy from further contraction. Balancing the budget at a time like this slows the recovery. The GOP is adamant, and any new spending must be offset by cuts elsewhere. Okay, so what are they willing to cut? Food stamps. Okay, why are they cutting food stamps?
So they would say they're doing a technical fix. In the stimulus plan, we took food stamps and increased them across the board by 13%. And we did that because A, food stamps are the best form of stimulus we've got. It is $1.70 of economic activity for each dollar you put towards it. And B, because we thought price of food would go up, a lot of people would need help. Thing is, the recession was so bad, inflation was essentially non-existent, so the price of food didn't go up. So now people feel, and I think this is a bit of an odd take on it, that actually we've given these poor people who need food stamps too much. It's been too generous. So they have decided to cut $6.7 billion from the program and put it somewhere else. And it's a bit of an odd idea for a couple reasons, but one is, you note, this is a program that goes directly to poor people. It's not like tax cuts for the rich, not like farm subsidies. In a long recession, it's what you want, but this is where we're starting with our deficit reduction. It's the Sophie's choice of budgeting. What's going on here is that we did a lot of state and local funding in the original stimulus, but now the recession has been longer than the stimulus was set to go for, so now that money is expiring, which means Medicaid and schools, which are two things states fund, are about to run out of money. Now, this is a problem because in a recession, a lot more people need Medicaid, and our children still need to go to school. So they've been trying to figure out how to get money back to Medicaid and schools. Now, Democrats want to do what you normally do in a recession and do it on the deficit, as Republicans did for tax cuts and Medicare prescription drug benefits and many other things. But in this case, it would make sense because you want to put but you want to put new dollars into the economy now. That got voted down by Republicans. So the package got whittled down. We're now looking at much less money for Medicaid and education than we need, and they've had to find offsets that Republicans will accept. And one of the few they'll accept, it turns out, is this food stamp cut, as opposed to, say, paying for $6.7 billion of the $3+ trillion of the Bush tax cuts that were set to extend next year.
Went to the grocery store, and I was buying groceries, and they wouldn't take my card, and I had to put all my food back. My little girl was crying. She said, "Mommy, what are we going to eat?" I got some beans. What are you going to do? You have no money. You have, my food stamps were canceled. I didn't have that. I wasn't receiving my paycheck. I had no means of buying food at all. None. So
you had to get rid of the shame.
Yeah. If your kids are hungry, they need to come out here and they need to get them some food. And I came in crying. You can come in crying too. Just get food for your babies.